What is up, everybody? It's your man Matt Holtham back again with another video. We're talking tech, we're talking history, we're talking about things that'll make you go, what? Yeah, you heard that right. It's time for 10 weird and strange facts about technology. Part 3, baby. If you're new here, make sure you've caught up on Part 1 and Part 2 links are down in the description. We've gone deep on some seriously surprising tech trivia, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. But enough about the past, we got a lot to cover today. From the first email ever sent to the surprisingly hilarious origin of the name Python, we're diving deep into the weird, the wacky, and the downright unbelievable side of the tech world. Let's do this. Alright, let's kick things off with a technology we use every single day, email. It's hard to imagine a world without it, right? But there was a time when email didn't exist. Now I'm talking way back, before Gmail, before Yahoo, before AOL even existed. A time when the internet itself was just a fledgling idea. I'm talking about the year 1971. A time of bell-bottoms, disco music, and the early days of computing. Picture this. Bell-bottoms, disco music, and a guy named Ray Tomlinson sitting at his computer about to make history. He was about to change the way we communicate forever. Ray was working on ARPANET, the precursor to the internet as we know it. This was a network that connected a few research institutions. He had this crazy idea: what if he could send a message from one computer to another electronically? It was a concept that seemed almost futuristic at the time. I know, sounds totally normal now, but back then, revolutionary. It was a leap into the unknown, a bold experiment. So, Ray gets to work, and he creates the first email program. It was a simple program, but it laid the foundation for everything that came after. He even chooses the @ symbol to separate the user's name from the computer's name, basically inventing email addresses as we know them. This little symbol became a cornerstone of digital communication. But here's the kicker. For his first ever email, who did Ray decide to send it to? Himself. It was a simple test, but it marked the beginning of a new era. That's right, the very first email in history was basically a test message. A humble beginning for what would become a global phenomenon. Ray just wanted to see if it worked. He was curious, innovative, and determined. And thankfully for all of us, it did. That simple test message opened the door to the world of email we know today, connecting billions of people around the globe. From emails flying through the digital ether, let's take it back down to Earth. We're diving into the world of data storage. We're talking data storage, people. The unsung hero of the digital age. These days, we're spoiled with tiny micro SD cards holding terabytes of data. It's almost magical how much information can fit into such a small space. But back in the day, storage was a whole different beast. It was bulky, cumbersome, and far less efficient. We're rewinding to 1956, a time when the world was on the brink of technological revolution. The Cold War is heating up, Elvis is topping the charts, making everyone swoon with his rock and roll hits, and IBM unveils a technological marvel, the IBM 350 disk storage unit. A true game changer in the world of computing. This, my friends, was the world's first hard drive. A pioneering piece of technology that paved the way for the future. Now, before you picture something sleek and compact, let me paint you a picture. This thing was massive. It was like the Godzilla of storage devices. We're talking 3.75 megabytes of storage. That's less than a single photo from your smartphone camera, spread across 50 24-inch platters. Imagine the sheer size and complexity. And the weight? Hold on to your hats, folks, because this bad boy weighed over a ton. It was a behemoth in every sense of the word. You couldn't just slip this hard drive into your pocket. It required a dedicated space, almost like a piece of furniture. It's mind-boggling to think about how far storage technology has come. From room-sized giants to tiny chips, the evolution is nothing short of extraordinary. Okay, let's fast forward a few decades and talk about something you see everywhere these days: QR codes. These little black and white squares have become an integral part of our daily lives, popping up in the most unexpected places. Those little black and white squares that seem to unlock everything. They're more than just a modern convenience, they're a technological marvel. They've got a surprisingly specific origin story, rooted in the need for efficiency and innovation. It all started back in 1994 in Japan, a country known for its technological advancements and forward-thinking approach. A company called Denso Wave, a subsidiary of Toyota, was facing a challenge. They were in the automotive industry, where precision and efficiency are paramount. They needed a better way to track car parts throughout the manufacturing process. The existing barcodes were just not cutting it. Barcodes were okay, but they could only hold so much information. They were limited in their capacity and efficiency. So, DensoWave engineers put on their thinking caps and invented the QR code. This new code could hold a lot more information and could be scanned from any direction. QR stands for quick response, and that's exactly what these codes were designed to do: store and retrieve information quickly and efficiently. They revolutionized the way data was handled. What started as a way to track car parts quickly spread to other industries. Retail, logistics, and even healthcare began to see the benefits. Today, we use them for everything from accessing restaurant menus, to making payments, to sharing Wi-Fi passwords. The QR code has truly become a universal tool, bridging the gap between the physical and digital worlds. Chapter 4: Python, Program for Laughs. Alright, coders and tech enthusiasts, this one's for you. Let's talk about Python, one of the most popular programming languages in the world. It's known for its readability and versatility, but did you know its name has nothing to do with snakes? That's right, Python wasn't inspired by the reptile world. Instead, its creator, Guido van Rossum, named it after something much more unexpected: Monty Python's Flying Circus. Yes, the British comedy group known for their absurd sketches and surreal humor. So next time you're writing code in Python, just remember, you're also carrying on the legacy of British comedy. Chapter 5: Selfies, a blast from the past. Alright, strike a pose, let's talk about selfies. We all know they've become a global phenomenon, but did you know the concept of the selfie is way older than smartphones? In fact, the earliest known selfie dates back to 1839. That's right, over 180 years ago. A photographer named Robert Cornelius set up his camera in his family's store in Philadelphia, removed the lens cap, ran into the frame, sat for a minute, then covered the lens again. The word selfie itself might be relatively new, officially entering the Oxford English Dictionary in 2013, but the act of self-portraiture, that's a tale as old as time. Chapter 6: Bluetooth, more than just a color. Ever wonder why we call it Bluetooth? I mean, it's not blue and it doesn't have teeth. Well, get ready for a history lesson because this name's got some serious Viking vibes. We're going back to the 10th century, a time of fierce warriors and epic sagas. Enter Harald Bluetooth, the King of Denmark. Harald was known for uniting warring tribes in Scandinavia, much like Bluetooth technology connects devices today. The Bluetooth logo, it's actually a bind rune, a combination of two runes representing the initials of Harald Bluetooth. Hold on to your hats, tech fans, because we're about to take a trip back to 1992. That's right, before flip phones were even a thing, the world got its first glimpse of a true smartphone. I'm talking about the IBM Simon Personal Communicator. This clunky, futuristic-looking device was way ahead of its time. It had a touchscreen, could send emails and faxes, and even had a calendar and contact list. It paved the way for the smartphones we know and love today. Chapter 8: Captchas more than meets the eye. We've all been there, squinting at our screens trying to decipher blurry text or identify traffic lights. Captchas, those annoying little tests that prove we're not robots, can be frustrating. But did you know they actually serve a noble purpose? It all started with books. Digitizing all those old texts is a massive undertaking, and computers weren't very good at deciphering scanned text, especially if it was faded or handwritten. By having humans solve these puzzles, we're actually helping to train computers to read and understand text better. Each time you identify a crosswalk or type out a distorted word, you're contributing to the digitization of human knowledge. Chapter 9: 5G speed, fasten your seatbelts. Alright, let's talk speed. Internet speed, that is. 5G is the latest and greatest in wireless technology, promising lightning-fast download and upload speeds. Theoretically, 5G is capable of download speeds up to 20 gigabits per second. That means you could download a 2-hour HD movie in under 10 seconds. No more buffering, no more waiting, just instant access to all your favorite content. 5G is poised to revolutionize the way we connect and interact with the world around us. Chapter 10: The coffee-fueled webcam. Last but not least, let's travel back to 1993 for a story that's equal parts tech and caffeine. This is the story of the world's first webcam, and it all started with a simple problem. Researchers at the University of Cambridge were tired of walking all the way to the coffee pot only to find it empty. So being the brilliant minds that they are, they decided to invent a solution. They pointed a camera at the coffee pot and connected it to the internet, creating a live feed that anyone on the network could access. It was a simple idea with a global impact, proving that sometimes even the most mundane problems can inspire groundbreaking innovation. And there you have it, 10 more weird and strange facts about technology that prove the history of the tech we use every day is anything but boring. From ancient Viking kings to caffeine-deprived researchers, the stories behind these inventions are just as fascinating as the technology itself. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.